Okay. Hi everybody, welcome to today's vlog. Sorry if you can hear the air conditioning going in the car right now. I wasn't even planning on starting this vlog in the car because I don't really look my best. I just got back, I'm still in the car. I just went to the gym. Before I get into all of that, welcome to today's vlog. This is gonna be probably a couple days in my life. My last vlog being 25 because I turned 26 on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, April 22nd. My birthday is April 24th. So that's gonna be its own vlog. I'm gonna do a little like birthday vlog. I have something planned for my actual birthday. I'm gonna do a little sunset beach picnic, but other than that, not really sure. Maybe I'll take myself to brunch or something, but that'll be in a different vlog. So this vlog is gonna be my last one being 25 years old in just a couple days of my life. I mean, nothing really is happening these next couple days. I just thought I'd vlog, probably reflect on the past year and just kind of where I've been too, because I took like a 2-week break from YouTube. I'll get more into that later. So as I said, I went to the gym. I decided last week that I wanted to get back into my running journey. So I found this like couch to 5K plan for just increasing my endurance. So last week was week 1. Today was the first day of week 2. It just gradually increases the time that you are running versus walking. So I walked for 30 minutes. I improved from the last time I ran. I went 0.02 miles farther today than I did last week. So that is progress, people. Really want to do running right this time though, because I tried to get back into my running journey in New York. I was having fun with it. For me, running is only as fun as your playlist. I really enjoy having a playlist and being able to keep my pace to the beat of the songs, because I don't have to think about when my feet are touching the ground or what my pace is or to keep myself going. I just am automatically going with the beat of the song. So that has made running really fun for me, and I enjoyed it when I started doing it in New York before I left. I was getting better, I was improving, my endurance was getting better, but then, I mean, my knees started to hurt, my hip flexor, I have issues with that, so I really wanted to do it right this time. Let me just talk about my running journey right now. Why not? So I went to a running shoe store. I got some shoes. Hold on. There they are. They're Asics. The person at the store helped me pick something that would be good for my foot, my arch, watched me walk. We did like a 3D foot scan. So I got these ones and I got insoles for them. So they're really comfortable and I'm really liking them. And then I have the little like, oh, there's always hot men at this Whole Foods, but they're probably all in relationships or married. So that's just a fucking vibe apparently. So there's that, and then I have my little plan I'm following. It's an 8-week plan. I literally just found it online because I didn't feel like paying for the actual Couch to 5K app. So I'm doing that, and then I'm making sure to actually stretch before and after my runs. I feel like I didn't really do that before because I felt awkward doing it for some reason, but now I take the time to just do some stretches to try to prevent injury, and also cross training. So I'm doing runs 2 times a week, and then ideally I would do 3 days a week of weightlifting. I talked about the app that I've been using for weightlifting. It's called Ladder. It's a strength training app, and you get a workout made by an expert coach every single day. There are usually 3 that will have stars on them that are priority. So what I would like to do is do those as well as my running, because I know it's really important to build my strength, especially with my lower body and like my leg strength, so that I can have proper form when I'm running and not injure myself like I did before. So I really like Ladder to help me with the strength training part. I really just need to be told what to do. I have Coach Shelby. She does traditional strength training and focusing on like kind of building that hourglass, build my glutes up and all that good stuff. I want to look good and feel good. I like traditional strength training, I've found, because I can do it at my own pace and I can do it when I want to rather than a class. I've been going back and forth. Like I'll take a class here and there, but for the most part I like just going to the gym and doing my own thing. And my own thing means like following my ladder plan, and it works well with my music because it'll just kind of quiet the music a little bit, and then Shelby will come in my ear and cue the next exercise or give me pointers about like things to keep in mind for technique and stuff. And there's also videos of the coaches doing the exercises, so you can make sure you have proper form, which is so important. There are other coaches that specialize in other things. There's like Pilates, there's yoga, there's one that's actually made for running, conditioning sort of thing for running. I think maybe I'll check that one out too. I don't know, you can switch coaches and try different things if you feel like you want to switch things up. I always feel like I want to switch things up, but I really like Shelby and I like the weight training stuff. If you aren't sure which coach you would want to do, they have a quiz that you can take and you can put in your goals and your priorities, and they'll match you with the coach that they think would be the most beneficial for you. If you take the quiz and then start a free trial, it is 100% free. I hate it when you have to put like a credit card in or something, because then I will usually forget to cancel it and then it just charges me. But you can get a free week of workouts. You can just see if you like it, see what the vibes are, and then if you want to continue, you can do a membership. And if you do want to check out Ladder, you can click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen and you'll get $10 off of your first month. If you do decide to do the free trial and take the quiz and then continue on with it, you'll get $10 off your first month. So thank you so much to Ladder for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I love Ladder. It's so helpful. It's like having a personal trainer in my ear on my own time. And I feel like it actually really helps. And I've learned form and techniques. So I've been doing that and running, and I'm feeling really good right now. So I feel like that's a good plan for me. It's not just doing the same thing or the same type of class every day. I struggle with that. I get bored or I just start to hate it. This is what's working for me right now. So I did that, and I'm really proud of myself. I stopped over and got a coffee from one of my new favorite coffee shops. I'm just addicted to this coffee. It's like a vanilla, honey, cinnamon, you know, all good things. So that was my reward for exercising. And actually I just would always give myself a coffee or treat myself for doing anything, like getting out of bed, reward. So I got this coffee, and then there is a grocery store in the same complex as this coffee shop. So I went over there and I was gonna just grab some stuff. Oh my God. Hello? I literally just realized I forgot to get one of the main things I went there for. Okay, good thing I'm at another grocery store right now, because the first grocery store I went to just didn't have everything I needed. This has turned into an errands morning. So now I'm at my home away from home, which is Whole Foods. I just know they're gonna have what I want. I actually haven't been here in a couple weeks. I haven't had to cook in a couple weeks. I'm not really cooking right now either. I just am getting supplies for like sandwiches for dinners because I just don't feel like cooking. But I know they're gonna have the rest of the stuff I need, so I'm here. F it, like just, I'm leaning in at this point. I could have just gone home, showered, ate, but I wouldn't have wanted to go back out. So I just need to get everything done. Also, there's a new Emily Henry book that came out today, and there is a Barnes & Noble around here somewhere. We might have to go. I would want to go to a local bookstore, but I don't think there are any around here. All the local bookstores are farther away. Kind of want to do that because I just finished a book last night. I'm in the market for a new read. I also didn't bring any of my reusable bags because I didn't know I was going on this grocery store marathon, so. All right, let's head into Whole Foods, get the things I need, and then probably go to the bookstore. I don't know what I thought this vlog was gonna be, but it is currently 10:11 p.m. on Wednesday, April 23rd, which means my birthday, my 26th birthday, is in less than 2 hours. So I thought that we could sit down, you and I made some tea. This is my nighty night tea. It's chamomile and passion flower. I love it. I drink it almost every night. I have my cat mug from Rifle Paper Company. I'm just winding down. I'm getting ready for bed, but I wanted to sit down with y'all and just chat for a little bit. I don't know how long. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, but I wanted to take time and reflect on the past year. Technically my 26th year. When I learned that, like technically tomorrow I turn 26, but I'm going into my 27th year because turning an age means you've completed that many years. Like when I turned 1 year old, I had completed 1 year. And then I was on to my second year actually when I turned 1. So I'm technically going into my 27th year of life, which is crazy to say out loud. Like what's happening? I don't know. I'm such an emotional birthday person. I feel like I always have been, especially when I turned 20. I remember this so clearly. I was in college and the morning that I turned 20, I cried because it felt like my childhood was over officially, like my teenage years and all of that. So I'm a very emotional birthday person. I feel like I'm a very emotional time person in general. I'm very nostalgic and I feel things very deeply. I love my birthday, don't get me wrong. I think it's fun and I enjoy people like checking in and just saying happy birthday. It always brings with it a sense of reflection. And I guess that's what I wanted to do now, is just sit here, sip my tea and reflect on the past year of my life, because I feel like it's been a very transformative year. A lot has changed this year. I feel like I have grown so much as a person this year. When I turned 25, I was living in New York City. I just wasn't really feeling fulfilled. I felt like I knew that I wanted to do something different. I felt like I needed a change of scenery. Charleston was on my radar, and here we are almost a year later, pretty much a year later, and I'm living in a new apartment and I'm living in a new city, a new state. I had to make those decisions this past year and trust myself and just have the confidence and the willingness to just take the first step. And I feel like that in and of itself was a huge feat for me. I mean, is the biggest thing that happened in the past 365 days is me deciding to end the 3-year chapter that I had going in New York City. Close that chapter knowing that it was one of the best chapters of my life. There are so many things about it that I knew I was gonna miss, but knowing at the same time that I needed something different. I needed a change. I needed a change of scenery. I wanted a different pace. I was feeling very stagnant, very stuck, very lonely, and this is the only other place I've ever wanted to live. So I made the decision to do it and to leave New York City, close that chapter, move to Charleston, start a new chapter. It was really scary to do. Change is uncomfortable. It just is. The status quo is what's comfortable. But your comfort zone is a great place, say it with me people, but nothing ever grows there. I'm just really proud of myself for doing that. And it was probably the best decision that I could have made. I haven't talked too much, I feel like at this point, or up to this point, about my like thoughts on New York City versus Charleston. So maybe I can just talk a little bit about that now. I am so happy I moved to Charleston. The pace is obviously very different. I feel like that's not even something I need to say, but that was the point. I've my whole life talked about the fact that the only two places I've ever really had a pull or a desire to live in were New York City and Charleston. New York City because it's New York City, obviously. And the fact that I got to experience that was so amazing. I had so many amazing memories and I learned so much, I grew so much. And the fact that I was able to look at that chapter, see all the good and all the bad, see all the growth that I've made and be able to confidently close it and start a new one, take a leap, do something I've never done, live in a place I've never lived. I'm really proud of myself for doing that. Since I've moved here, I feel less anxious overall. I am so happy to have my car. I feel like when I'm in a place that I don't have my own mode of transportation to get out of, I feel like I always have to have an escape plan. I was just telling my friend this today. That's something that I need to talk about in therapy, which by the way, guess who has a therapy appointment on Friday? Me, bitch. Me. You bitches have been waiting for this one for like 3 years. Yep. I had a consult call the other day and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I'll make an appointment and I'm going on Friday. So yeah. Yep. We're gonna start 26 off right in therapy where I should be. Anyway, so I just being without a car in New York City, it allowed me the opportunity to do public transportation and do walking and see different things and gain confidence doing public transportation by myself. I feel like I grew a lot and I gained a lot of confidence and awareness doing that. But at the end of the day, like when I don't have my own mode of transportation that I'm completely in control of to get myself out of a place, I feel stuck and I feel claustrophobic. Even though the city's so big, it started to feel claustrophobic. I felt very isolated. Even though I was in a city with millions of other people, I felt so alone for the most part. So I moved down to Charleston. It's a beautiful place. I love it. Some of my family is here. My dad lived here. My dad's almost whole side of the family, I mean, I'd say a majority live here. and my cousins, who I've always been close to growing up, but I've never obviously lived near them. We would come down and visit them. They're all here. And so I was like, okay, I have family. I liked being in New York because to me, I was like, oh, I'm only a train ride away from family. But after living there for 3 years, I showed myself that I don't really go home that much. And also 3.5 hours is not necessarily close. So now I am a farther distance driving away from my parents, which does suck. I miss them so much. It actually is the one thing that's missing. It feels like, and I know they'll never move down here because my dad will never move back, having my extended family, my cousins, and my aunt's side of the family also, that they don't care that I'm not blood related to them. They just include me. I have spent so much time with my family and with my cousins, time that I've never gotten to spend with them before, and with their kids also. And I've gotten to know their kids. I love them and I love being around them. I love playing with them. And it's better than I even anticipated, the time that I've been able to spend with my family. I came down here obviously knowing that they were gonna be very close to me and hoping that I would just be able to do all the family things. And I have been able to do that and more. They just get together so often and love being together and just celebrating anything. And I absolutely, like, it is the number one thing. Like, I could literally cry thinking about it, how happy it makes me that I'm so close to so many family members here. I am so thankful for my cousins and my aunt and uncle and everybody that I get to see all the time. Like, it's just so amazing to have them here, and it's made all the difference. I came down here knowing a couple people also. I guess I'm just going into like a recap of my time here so far. I guess that's gonna be a good segue into where I've been lately. I definitely feel way more surrounded by people here, even though there was numbers wise way more people in New York City. I didn't have my people in New York City. I did have a couple really close friends, and I'm still close friends with them. That's not gonna change just because I don't live there, but I wasn't seeing them all the time because it wasn't really convenient to get to each other. But here, I see my family very regularly. It's convenient to get to them. I love being with them. I can just be myself. It has just made me realize how important connection is in life. I feel like I've pretty much always been a very independent person. I lived alone in New York City. I live alone here, and I love that. I love my alone time. I truly feel like I'm my own best friend. I've gotten really good and really comfortable with spending time by myself and just going out and doing activities by myself, even going to eat by myself. I've traveled by myself, so I feel like I've always had that sense of independence. And I think that over the last 3 years or so of living in New York, also probably since COVID, because we've been isolated in different ways, or at least I have since then. Isolated myself, I tend to do that also. Did that a lot in the last like month, which is why I took a 2-week break, because kind of down in the dumps, self-isolating. Anyway, I feel like I always just kind of thought, oh, well, as long as I have myself, I don't need to connect with any other people, which it is important for me to be comfortable with myself and to love myself. And at the end of the day, yes, I am the only person that I have 100% of the time. But the best part of life, I truly think that the meaning of life is connection. Connection with nature, with your community, with your surroundings, with the earth, with, like I said, people, family, friends. Like, just connection is what makes life so amazing and so special. And I feel like I've really started to see that these last few months. I mean, granted, I've also largely been off of social media. I deleted TikTok, and I've been trying to live more purposely, consciously in the real world, in the physical world around me, instead of the one that's happening on my phone. I really just want to pay attention to my own life and pour into my own life instead of being like on the sidelines watching other people live their lives through my phone. Because what the good is that doing me? Like, I just got to a point where I didn't even want to open TikTok. I literally haven't been on TikTok in like 2 months, at least, maybe even 3. I just feel like I've developed a greater appreciation for connection and for spending time with other people. And I realized just the other day that when I think of some of my very favorite days that I've ever had, other people have been involved. Did something fun with somebody else, or I was surrounded by the love of other people, or I was pouring my love into other people. Like, for the most part, I feel like 99% of my favorite memories had to do with connection with other people in some form. I feel like I've really gotten back in touch with that. I feel like I lost that for a long time. The feeling of connection. I felt very isolated. I also feel like in the last couple months since living here and also since being on social media less, I have been very, very, very slowly, but baby steps still make progress, very slowly loosening my grip on everything, I guess. I always feel like I'm in a rush. I always feel like I have to get everything done as quickly as possible, rush from one thing to the next. I have spent so much time rushing from one thing to the next, focusing on the next thing instead of where I currently am, that I feel like I haven't even allowed my brain to form memories the last few years because I have not been living in the present. I've been living in my head, and where my head is usually the next thing. I haven't been where my feet are. And I don't think I've given my brain enough material in the real world of my experiences to create memories. I feel like I look back on the past few years and I'm like, what the happened? Like, there's so many gaps, and I'm starting to understand part of why I think that could be. I'm really trying to encourage myself to take a breath and just take my time, do something leisurely. If I don't have to do something by a certain time, or I don't have to be back from the grocery store at a certain time, like I don't need to get all my groceries in 10 minutes. I can wander around, I can walk the aisles and look at a couple new snacks. Like, it's just little things like that. I always feel like I'm like, okay, next, hurry up. What am I rushing to at the end of the day? Obviously this doesn't count for like deadlines and work things. Like, there are things that I have to do, as everybody does. I'm talking about everything that's not that. When I don't need to rush, when there's no need for me to rush and I'm still doing it anyway, what am I rushing to? This is something I'm gonna be talking about in therapy, okay? We'll get to that. I just feel like my grip on that whole concept and just wanting to rush, I feel like I've kind of let up a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean so little that you wouldn't be able to see it with the human eye. But it's progress, because I feel like for the last few years, as I've said, it's just been always in my head, always in the future. That's another thing that I've really been prioritizing, and I feel like obviously living in Charleston is a much different pace than living in New York City. It's a lot slower and just kind of more relaxed and laid back. New York is very fast-paced, like high stress, high stakes. Feels like everybody's always go. So I really wanted to do the complete opposite of that, which is why I moved from there to here, one of the big reasons. And I think it's really been helping me. I'm still having my moments. I've just been, it's tough to even talk about exactly why I've been feeling kind of down these last 2 to 3 months on and off. Hit me really hard a few weeks ago when I ended up taking the 2-week break from YouTube. I barely even left the house this 1 week. Didn't want to put the effort in, didn't find enjoyment in anything. I go through this here and there. And again, this is something I need to talk to the therapist about, but there have been a few things that have been difficult. I feel like, as I said, connection is so important. I'm realizing just how important it is. I've been valuing it so much more, just connecting with other people lately, and at times I felt like it's been hard. And I don't want to get too into detail about anything because I've also gotten to the point in my life and on the internet that I don't want to overshare. I feel like there could have been a time, maybe when I first started YouTube, which, by the way, I started making YouTube videos when I was 18 and I'm going to be 26 in like an hour and a half. So that is insane. Like, what? I'm so glad I do YouTube, because for all the times that I was so in my head and go, at least I thought to vlog some of it. So I have evidence, documentation of things that I did that I don't remember. Anywho, I feel like I want to keep more things private. There's obviously things I'm still going to be open about, which, like my mental health, and I feel like that's just something I'll always be open about. I know that so many people struggle with that, and I know that hearing somebody else talk about it can be very relatable and comforting, so that's not going anywhere. But just like personal details about life and relationships and friendships and stuff like that, I don't really talk about. I don't even really talk about it in my own life, except to my mom. I'm sure she's fucking sick of me, but too bad. I just kind of bottle it all up, and I don't talk about the way that I feel sometimes because I don't want to inconvenience people. And I'm not going to talk about it on the internet in detail because, you know, I just don't want to. But I don't know, it's just felt difficult finding my groove with friendships, and I'm in my 20s. The people I am friends with are also in their 20s. Like, we are all in different places. You're not always going to be connecting at the same level that you once did. People have their own groups. People have their own relationships that they prioritize, and it just kind of sucks. I don't know, I feel like I'm just so used to being the outsider friend, or the floater friend is what I like to call it. Moral of the story there, it's been hard, I think, finding my community here. But then my family is here, so I'm like, that is my community here, but I also would really like to have a friend group, you know? I would like to have a community of friends as well, and I know that I could definitely be doing more to put myself out there, but I don't know. It's hard to like try to pour your energy into everybody, and especially these last couple months, my cup has felt empty, so I can't really pour from an empty cup. But then my family fills my cup up. So it's like, on one hand, just the connection I've felt has been better than I could have imagined with my family. But then friendships in your 20s, it's like it's tough. It's probably not tough for everybody, but it has been for me, and especially in the line of work that I'm in, and the fact that I can kind of move around and like meet new people, and other people are trying to figure things out, moving around, trying out new things. It feels kind of difficult to nail down a group, I guess. I don't even know why do I want that? I feel like I just want to be included. I want to feel like a sense of belonging. I've been trying to find that, and I've really wanted that, and I just feel like every time I fall short, and that's really been weighing on me the last few months. So that's really all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, that's actually, it's taken a big toll. I just question, like, is there something wrong with me? Why can I not figure this out? Like, why is it shouldn't be this hard? Like, why is it so hard? Is it just hard for me? But I mean, it's just part of figuring it out. Like, nobody literally ever has it figured out, no matter what age you are. Everyone's still just trying their best and trying to figure it out, and so are all of the other people in my life. All of my friends, whether they're close friends or not, or they were at one point, or they whatever. I don't know how to tell how hot this thing is now, but it just turned off because it overheated. You see, listen, having a new 4K camera rocks until it comes to this, and it just shut off because it overheated. Anyway, I guess that's my cue to shut up. It's 10:41. I'm literally just gonna unwind, get ready for bed. I started reading the new Emily Henry release yesterday because it came out yesterday, and you saw me go and get it. Great Big Beautiful Life. I read over a third of it last night. I just meant to start it, but I actually loved it, and I just love all of Emily Henry's books, so I'm really enjoying that one. Maybe I'll read a little bit of that. I don't know, I'm like a kid on Christmas for my birthday for some reason. But I have a fun day planned tomorrow, but that's gonna be in a different vlog. As I said, I'm gonna do a little birthday vlog. Overall, I'm really proud of the past year of my life. I think I made tough decisions. I put myself out of my comfort zone. I tried new things, and I learned so much. I grew so much through it all. I'm really happy with where I am right now, and I have the me of the past 365 days to thank for that. So I just want to bring that energy into this next year of my life and continue putting myself out there, continue trying new things, stepping out of my comfort zone, even if it's scary, even if it's hard, even if I don't know if it's gonna work out, or if I don't have everything perfectly aligned. I just need to take a leap and start, because the time is gonna pass anyway. And I would rather end up on the other side of that stronger or wiser. Last year, this time, I didn't expect to be here. 2 years ago, this time, I sure as hell didn't expect to be here. So you just never know. I just wanna take the good energy into the next year. That's a wrap for me at age 25. It's the last you're seeing me as a 25-year-old. I'm posting this after I already turned 26, but you'll have to wait to see 26-year-old me for the next vlog, which I'm gonna start filming in just a few hours. It's like a vlogathon. This is kind of fun. I posted this on my community tab, but I said that I was gonna be abandoning my posting schedule of every Sunday and posting when I have new videos ready. I just wanted to be able to give myself more time to maybe take longer to film, or like create things that I was actually really excited about. So I do want to do that for the majority of the time. So if you don't see a video from me every single Sunday, don't be alarmed, but I'm gonna try not to have to go 2 weeks or more between. But also, it's like, I'm really glad that I did that, because I needed to step away so that I could be excited to start again. You know what I mean? All right, well, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for listening if you did to my ramblings. I really look back and I'm like, what did I say? What did I even talk about? I hope something made sense. So that's really all. I'm signing off. 25-year-old Hannah. I love y'all so much. If you made it to this point in the video, comment down below. I'm a real one because you're a real one. I'll see y'all hopefully in my next video when I will be another year older. Bye.